Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So obviously one of the biggest stories of this past offseason was Doublelift's retirement. You know, it was really crazy. Doublelift and Bjergsen both retiring in the same offseason. There was kind of like this little back and forth of Doublelift wanting to stay and maybe TSM not meeting some of his demands and then maybe him kind of being forced out. This whole weird situation, again, which ended up with his retirement. And it wasn't totally shocking. He didn't have like the craziest 2020 split in the world. TSM went 0-6 at Worlds. It seemed like they were as far away as ever from having international success, and he's already won so many titles and blah 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 blah. But then, you know, he's now been retired for 8-9 months, whatever, and there's been so many people just enjoying all of his content from his co-streams and everything that's going on in his regular streams, but there's also a ton of people that miss him as well, and there's even more people who think maybe Doublelift should come back. Maybe he's gonna come back. You know, maybe he's getting that itch once again. And it was really cool and exciting when I saw Doublelift actually posted this video while I was at work today called Updates About Life, Plans for the Future. I just got done watching it, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts and opinions and some reactions, and I guess a little bit of summary about this video as well. It's been very popular. It's been blowing up today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I'd appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. That would be absolutely awesome. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm, if you want to go that extra mile, help and support me, my content, and my channel. With that being said, let's get right into this. So Doublelift, you know, this is a 13-14 minute video. I thought I was gonna be able to like play some clips from it and stuff, but now that I've watched it, I don't really think there's a single segment that I'm really talking about necessarily. I just kind of want to talk about the thing as a whole. It's all about what's been going on with his life, his stream, and you know, his updates for the future, his plans for the future, all of that. And he starts out by saying that him and Lena actually got COVID, you know, the Delta variant, and that just is kind of reminding me of how this stuff is still out there, how it's going to continue to affect, I mean, hopefully not affect, but potentially still affect our world, how it's going to affect LCS and LEC playoffs, how it's going to affect Worlds this year. You know, hopefully not too much, but that is still a very real possibility. But he actually got it. Lena got it. She got more sick than him, but you know, this is something that's impacting him. Obviously, that's made him, you know, probably feel not the greatest, not the happiest. He's been a little burnt out. He's been a little tired and all that stuff. But they're hopefully going to be okay. They are recovering from that. But yes, Delta is out there. You know, be careful, guys. But another thing he talks about is the fact that he has not really enjoyed streaming and playing League of Legends recently, and that's something that a lot of people have been saying. I actually think what is interesting here is he does clarify that it's not the game. It's not that the game sucks or anything like that. You know, he doesn't hate Riot. He doesn't think Riot ruined the game, because there are a lot of people that are saying that. He actually makes a very interesting point that he is a guy that won 8 LCS titles. He's a guy who's been to Worlds so many times. He's played against some of the best players in the world. He played League of Legends for 10 years, waking up trying to be the absolute best every single day in the competitive scene. And now he's a guy streaming solo queue, which, if you think that's fun, that's great. But I think he thinks, you know, something is kind of missing. Like, what's the purpose? What's the point? I've won 8 LCS titles, and now I'm playing solo queue against Tyler 1. You know, like, it's fun, and if he's enjoying it, great. But I think he is lacking a little bit of like purpose or like long-term goal or just growth trajectory or something like that. Because again, he's had a ton of success as a pro player. Solo queue is a step down from that for sure. He's been challenger. He's been high challenger. He's been every single thing you could ever want to do in solo queue. He's been a massive streamer, so he's not really trying to grow his stream at this point. He's rich. He has a rich girlfriend. Money is not a thing at this point. So it's like, you know, what really is the point? What is going on? What am I doing? Unless you're just having a ton of fun playing the game, and clearly he's not having a ton of fun playing the game right now. So then, you know, people are obviously going to say, well, if you're not having fun streaming, and it's not because the game sucks, it's just because you kind of, you know, think you need some motivation or something to work towards or whatever, does that mean you're going to return to pro play? Does that mean you're getting that itch? Because we've seen Doublelift kind of take a break or halfway retire or whatever that was before, when he took a break on TSM for that split, and he came back right away and he was ready to go. But again, he does clarify there that he's saying no, this is not him coming back to pro play. He is happy being retired. he's just not happy streaming. And I totally get that, especially after they went 0-6 at Worlds, after he didn't have the best season personally in 2020. I get why he wouldn't necessarily want to come back to pro play because that would probably just make some of these issues worse. He has been playing the same game for 10 years now. He is rich. He has a girlfriend now. Maybe they're considering starting a family, or maybe they just want free time to be able to travel or hang out or spend time together, or whatever is going on. And I definitely don't blame him at all. This has been his entire life. And he also talks about in the video how he's not just a League of Legends player. He's not just a League of Legends streamer or whatever. He is a full, real life human being person with other interests as well. And that is so one, cool, interesting, but also totally understandable. His whole life doesn't have to be League of Legends. He does say that he still really, really loves doing the co-streams, and he's still going to continue to do the co-streams, but it seems like for at least the next couple of weeks, he's going to take a break from playing League of Legends, from streaming League of Legends, and maybe that'll lead to him doing some other content, whether it's based off of League of Legends, the competitive scene, or whether it's based off of another game, or even maybe not a video game at all. Maybe, more of his life or his personality, or just some of his other interests and hobbies, which I honestly think could be one, very, very good for him, just in terms of being happy, fulfilled, getting that sense of personal growth, trying to succeed in another area, or talking about other things, or just, getting to talk about things he's passionate about, which I think is really, really cool. But it also could potentially, be good for actually his stream and his YouTube and his growth and everything as well, growing his own personal brand, because right now, he's huge in the League of Legends scene, but again, showing extra sides of him could get people more attached to Doublelift, the person himself, which I think is actually very, very interesting, and something that could be really, really, really cool to see, and just a friendly reminder that these people are humans. These people that you see on your screens, these people that you see on the Rift, these people that you see in games, they are real people with real lives as well. And I just think it's very, very interesting. And I saw Doublelift post this full video. I was so excited to watch it as obviously a competitive League of Legends fan, as a TSM fan, and as a Doublelift fan. Just cool to see an update from him. I hate that we don't get to see Doublelift in the LCS anymore. I hate that we don't get to see Bjergsen, guys like that, in the LCS anymore. And I also hate to hear that, Doublelift has not been happy with what he's been doing the past few weeks. But I am glad that he's hopefully making a step in the right direction, that he's going to take a break, that he's going to get his mind right, that he's going to get his head right, because he deserves to be happy. Again, he has so many things. He has so many opportunities. He could go so many different ways. He absolutely does not need to box himself into something that is not fulfilling for him, that is not making him happy. But I did think kind of this conversation about, a pro player going from grinding every single day in the competitive scene to then playing solo queue, which is, a joke compared to the competitive scene, especially in the state that North American solo queue is in right now, grinding to get a little bit more LP or to get to a higher rank or something like that. It just doesn't compare. It doesn't scratch that competitive itch that a lot of these LCS and competitive esports players have, not even just in League of Legends, but in any of these games. And yeah, just to think that, how long is he really going to do this? Now he's been streaming for almost 8 months now. Is he just going to do this for years and years on end? Like, I don't know. That doesn't sound super interesting or attractive to me, and I can definitely get where he's coming from as well. So I definitely wish him the best of luck. It's awesome that he posted this video, because I know so many people are curious about what's going on with Doublelift, what's he thinking, what's he doing, and what does the future look like for him. And it was cool to kind of peel back the curtain and get to take a look at that. But again, we didn't get a ton of answers. We don't still really know what the future has in store for him, except that he's still going to be around. He's still going to be making competitive League of Legends content, but his Twitch, his YouTube, all that stuff might be changing up a little bit, but it might be for the better, and honestly, that would be pretty cool. That is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about what's going on with Doublelift? What do you think he should do? What would you do if you were in his shoes? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.